Welcome to Math with Michelle, where math finally makes sense. Whether you're tackling high school math or diving into college algebra, I'm here to break it down step by step with real examples and zero stress. From algebra to functions, graphs to equations, I've got it covered. Hit that like button and let's master math together. Welcome to Inequalities in Multiple Triangles. I want you to notice here that what I've drawn actually kind of looks like a hinge, and I'll explain it, and why I say that is they all share this orange congruent segment. Okay, so one side of the shape is this length. Okay, they also all share another segment length, which is marked in green. So I'm going to use this little thing again here. I used it in one of my other videos to represent this. So in the beginning, they are put together with an acute angle, as we can see here. So we have our length here from that is exposed, right? And I'm going to put a question mark there. Now I'm going to take these same two pieces, but I'm going to widen that angle out to a 90 degree. Put a question mark there. Then I'm going to take those same two pieces, and now I'm going to widen it out even more. So a question mark there. So the only thing that has changed between the three triangles from this perspective is I widened the angle a little bit more each time. So they're not congruent because the side did not hold consistent, but because measure of angle J is smaller than the measure of angle A, which is smaller than the measure of angle X, we actually can compare JK, BC, and YZ in the same way. And it's because, think of it like a door with a hinge, right? The wider you open the door, the more room there is between the tip of the door and the door opening, right? Not all doors can open past the 90 degree mark, but some of them can. So as the angle increased, the side opposite of it also increased. And you can use that to your advantage. So we can use comparison statements. So one of the ideas in geometry is not necessarily just finding the answer. It's going ahead and going, hey, this is how things compare. We can say this because of that. And that is called the Hinge Theorem. It literally is called the Hinge Theorem because as you hinge, it opens up more. Okay? So keep in mind that you are going to use that to your advantage. Now, can you do that if you don't have the left side being consistent the whole time and the right side being consistent the whole time? No, you can't do that. But we can say some other things. So I'm going to draw us a shape. This is mostly just so we can get to thinking. This is 12. I'm going to mark this with a 1 and this with a 2. And this is 54 degrees. This is not drawn to scale. This is 10. And I have 4x minus 18 degrees in there. So I messed up drawing it to scale because I wanted to highlight the fact that these are not vertical angles. Remember, vertical angles are when two lines meet. You can get these to be vertical. But this line would be extending this way, and this line is extending this way, and this line is extending this way. They're not vertical angles. It's not two clear lines meet. We don't have any linear pairs. Okay, but what I do notice is that this side and this side are consistent with this side and this side. And I know that this opens up to a mouth of 12, and this opens up to a mouth of 10. So this mouth isn't opening as wide because 10 is smaller than 12. So since 10 is smaller than 12, we can say 4x minus 18 is less than 54. Oh, here's that algebra practice that we get going again, right? So for x, we're going to add the 18 over, and we're going to get 72. And we're going to divide by 4, and we're going to get 18. However, I, as a algebra person, do not agree that this statement is done, because we know this angle is between 0 and 90 degrees, actually between 0 and 54 degrees. So on a side note, hey, I know that it's bigger than 0 degrees. So I also need to talk about that. So x is bigger than 4.5. So our x value is going to be bigger than 4.5 for the angle to exist, but smaller than 18 because it has to stay smaller than the other angle by the Hinge theorem. And so our best statement at the end of the day is to say that 4.5 is smaller than our x, which is smaller than 18, meaning x is sandwiched between these two values. So just keep in mind, the wider you open your mouth, the bigger that angle is on your jaw. You can also think of it like when you go to the dentist. If you don't have a very big jaw angle, the dentist can't get their hands in there. The wider you open that hinge, the easier it is on whoever's working on your teeth. So when it comes to inequalities and triangles, there's not really a lot of hard stuff. We can kind of think through it logically, but we do have to make sure that we pay attention to key variables and key values. For example, in this case, making sure that it really stayed as an actual angle instead of going into negatives. Thanks for learning with me here on Math with Michelle. If this helped, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe for more clear and simple math lessons. Got a question or topic you want me to cover? And drop it in the comments. Until next time, keep practicing, stay curious, and remember, you've got this.